Hello, you guys, and welcome. This is the YouTube page associated with my website, which is oceanofdaughters.com. It is a blog about my journey to Crone. I just wanted to, so I did say on my website that every blog that I make, I will make a corresponding video on YouTube. And I just wanted to make an introductory video and just explain some things that are going to happen and why it's happening, who I am, and why I decided to share with you this journey to Crone. For one, let me just say that what I do is women's work, specifically Black women's work. I honestly feel let me stop saying feel. I know that all the work that has to be done in this realm is Black women's work. So I'm not putting the responsibility of healing the world on Black women. I'm putting the responsibility of healing Black women on Black women. So the world's healing starts with us, and if we could really just take a moment in our lives to focus on ourselves, we will understand just how much healing we need done, and where do we start. Most of my blog is going to be about Black women, accountability, us being accountable for ourselves. And we're not gonna, in this blog, we're not gonna always mention the others, right? The others being, of course, our most of our love interests, which is Black males, males in general, Black males, white males, Asian males, males, period. We're not gonna mention. We're gonna try to mention these people as little as possible, and within the context of what I'm trying to get out. Is how little I'll mention them. White women, all non-Black women. We're not making this. I'm not making this this blog, this website, this YouTube page to discuss the others. One of my sayings is they asked me if I was a Black supremacist. And I said I'm Black and I'm woman, and ain't a damn thing more supreme than that, and I mean it. So when I'm talking about the others, I'm really, and how I used to view things, I'm really talking about people that's beneath us. What they do really don't determine how we go about our healing, right? We're not going to be talking about the others too much around here. We're not going to be doing a whole bunch of Black male bashing for the benefit of Black male bashing. I will be telling the truth about Black males and the things that they do and how it affects us, especially those of us in close proximity to them. And that's the same thing when I talk about white males, when I talk about non-Black males, when I talk about white women, non-Black women. It'll sound like I'm bashing these others, but what I'm really trying to get you to understand is how our proximity to them, how we deal with them, and how our close proximity to these others and how we deal with them ultimately causes us harm. And I'm not here to apologize for that. I'm here to tell Black women the facts, and knowing the facts, how do we move forward? How do we move forward in our best interest? And I will even be talking about, I'm doing air quotes here, although you can't see me, pick-me's and the danger in Black women who are male-identified, Black women who are not self-loving and put people, first of all, just put people before themselves. We're not even going to talk about how some Black women don't stay on code and how they do things to harm each other, which is a danger to us. But just if Black women just valued ourselves first, then that value would, of course, be shared with other black women, and that's where I am. I value myself, and I put myself first, and in putting myself and valuing myself, I also value all other black women, and put you guys listening first. So that was just, some shit I needed to say. But I'm gonna share why why I'm not going to be sharing myself, my physical self, because some of the things that I'm going to say, some of the things that I'm going to be saying is going to be controversial, is going to be harsh in tone, and is going to be offensive to some people. And I am a single woman. I'm a single woman with one child, an adult daughter. Well, not an adult daughter. I have an 18-year-old daughter. She's not an adult, but 18-year-old daughter. And although I do plan to share myself in the future, until I feel like we are on safe ground, like where you meet Crones at, where you back in the old witch tale movies, you meet Crones in the woods. Like you be in the woods by yourself, boss, and that's where you find the Crones at, and that's where I'm trying to be at. I'm trying to be in the woods, by myself in my little in my house on the top of the hill by myself, far away. And once I am there, I feel like I will be more open to share my personal self in that way for my own safety. And more importantly, the only person's safety that will be more important than mine is my child's, my daughter, my girls. So my womb's work, right? The carrier of my matriarchal line. And she's a college student, so she's away at college or going to be away at college. And I just don't want. I want to first have myself and her in a very safe place before I'm willing to share that. So in case you were wondering why this is going to always be audio until I feel like it could be a video, this is why. So let's see. What do I want to talk about? In this is a short blog, 3 paragraphs, just an introduction to my own journey to Crone, and I'll shortly tell you guys about that. So, you ever meet those like little girls that's like little old women, like they just old. And my grandmother, she was a Crone, and I tell people all the time that I never seen Granny, and we joke all the time, like, was Granny ever young? Like that's something I ask my aunts and my cousins who are older than me. Of course, my aunts say her daughters. I'm like, was Granny ever young? Because ever since I saw her, she was always old to me, right? And these Crones, they just be old their whole lives, right? But, we living in a different time now, so some of us Crones are looking young. But we have been old women our whole lives. Like, we came into this room at this time to be the old wise woman. That's our role. That's who we are in this time. And, yeah, those little girls that you guys be seeing, they cross their legs like a little old woman, twiddle their thumbs, because my grandmother used to do this thing with her thumb. They roll their thumbs. They just do old lady things. It's because they are Crones. These little girls that you guys see, they are Crones. They are the knowledgeable. They know. They are the knowers. And life's gonna have to whip them into shape. Because as I said, in my blog, like all light comes from darkness. So until they're able to realize, oh shit, the reason why I've always been old, because I am old. And not old in a nasty way. Not old, a woman, a Crone is not fearful of age. Age is not something that I fear. I want to live up into my 90s. I want to be an old, wise woman. So I want to experience life and be able to sit my grandchildren, my granddaughters, and those daughters on my lap and tell them. And so being a crone is not something that is like a dirty word, right? It's not the old nasty mean lady. And I think that this crone being mean. I try to keep these videos 20 minutes right now. But I think that the old meanness of crones come from the fact that they had to live in the dark. You know, they had to experience the darkness of life. And at this point, when they're talking to you and they're dealing with you, they don't have the time to sugarcoat things. You know, and that's going to be a lot of what's going to be going on here. I don't really have the time to sugarcoat things. If you need things sugarcoated for you, if you need things to be handed to you, you know, with some honey and all that shit, I don't have time to do that for you. So I think that's where the meanness and the crone archetype comes from. Crones are loving, right? Crones are, for the most part, matriarchs. The matriarchs are here to protect their bloodline. Matriarchs are here to shield their bloodline, the bloodline that comes after them by any means necessary, and sometimes that can be harsh. But overall, her goal is to make sure that the people, the generations that come after her are okay, and that is my soul's work. And I've been blessed enough, and I'm grateful enough to have realized at 33, this is what I'm here to do. 33, of course, is your Jesus year, right? So at 33, I realized, oh shit, this is my soul's work. I do, and I've always said I do women's work. I dabbled in feminism for a quick minute. That was very quick. I wasn't in out of there fast. But I think in order to be a crone, you have to dabble in feminism, womanism for a moment. Like even in divesting, you have to stop and divest for a minute to be a crone. So I think that this dirty word of crone is just something that has you want to stay away from crones, but in order to, crones is where you want to be at. You want to be amongst the crones. You want to be amongst the knowledgeable women. You want to be amongst the old, wise women. And when you find them and you are not yet an old, wise woman, or you have not yet walked into your life, or you haven't understood that this is where you're supposed to be as a crone, you want to just be surrounded by them and eat the knowledge up. Eat the knowledge up. I read a long time ago, when an old person dies, a library burns to the ground, and that's the truth. That's the truth. The old, knowledgeable women in our life, I cherish them. I honor them. Even the ones that I don't know. I have friends who, are raised by their grandmothers or are, taking care of them, but their grandmothers are still present. And I let them know, like, cherish your grandmothers, cherish your old wise women. They know, cherish them. I am never, ever, ever going to take away from the fact that black women specifically have a thing against their daughters. And we're gonna get into that a little bit later, but in case that just tricking anybody that all old women are going to be good to you, no, of course not. Of course not. All old black women are not going to be good to you. And I have to say old because, as I mentioned, I have an 18-year-old daughter, so I know y'all thinking, like, how's a 33-year-old woman old? Well, ask her. Ask my daughter. Ask the girls that I have, the girls and the young women, and my ocean of daughters. Like, I have a 25-year-old baby cousin, one of my daughters, and she'll tell you I'm old, and I'm only 7 years older than her. I actually have if I'm 33, then she's like 38 or 39, a 39-year-old cousin, one of my daughters, and she'll come up in my room, get inside my bed with me, and I'll be an old woman to her too. So these clones are just women that just feel old, and although they don't look old or they're not old, because I don't look like an old woman. Okay, I actually look like a very young woman. I look much younger than my 33 years. But anyway, I just wanted to share this little audio in response to my blog that I made, and I will do this every time I make a blog. Just come and talk about what I wrote about. If something else needs to be shared. I talk with my hands, and I usually have. Maybe I do look like a crone. Maybe I'm lying. At this point, wait a minute, because I do have an old mole and I got these long ass nails, so maybe I do look like a crone. I might be bullshitting. I might be bullshitting myself. I might really look like a crone. So really, I'm just sitting on my bed and I'm talking with my hands, and you hear my nails. But anyway, I want to touch on Yemaya for a minute. So Yemaya is an Orisha. Just a very short story of Yemaya. If you are into African spirituality, Ifa, Voodoo, I think maybe Obeah may have the same kinds of Orishas, or maybe I'm sure Santeria has these Orishas. But anyway, Yemaya was the mother archetype Orisha, and she favors mothers, motherhood, children, and she also not allegedly, she traveled with slaves. She traveled with Africans. What y'all want to call them? Do y'all want to call them the children of Israel? Do y'all want to call them slaves? Do y'all want to call them East Africans? I mean, what do y'all want to call them? I don't really know. But she traveled with those people to the New World when they came here from Africa. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into some of the lies that was told. We're going to get into some of those lies later. But anyway, Yemaya traveled with those people, and as a result, she favors them. So, me as well. I have a very huge affinity for African American, Black American, ADOS, that's American Descendants of Slavery, women. I have a huge affinity for them, and I will always be compassionate where they are concerned. And that's that. That's that. We're not going to argue about that, because I know that there may be people that come from other Black women who come from other nationalities and cultural backgrounds, but I am a African American woman, and I have a huge affinity for those women who basically have been raised, born, and have lived and survived in the quote unquote belly of the beast. And when I say the belly of the beast, I mean it's so many. I think that African American women have a specific narrative as far as misogynoir is concerned, and we are living through it barely, but we have lived through it, and as a result, I have a huge love for us, and I have a huge respect for us, and I have a huge compassion when it comes to us, just as I'm sure Yemaya does, which is also why I named my blog, my website, and everything that comes from it, Ocean of Daughters, because of Yemaya. She also is ruler of the ocean. She gave some of the lakes to her younger sister. Some people say sister, some people say daughter, Ocean, and Ocean brought some of that sweetness over here via rains and waters when she traveled over here with those slave descendants. But anyway, we ain't getting on into African spirituality right now. I'm just letting you know why the blog is named Ocean of Daughters and where Yemaya came into play. We're gonna get on my motherhood one of these days. We're gonna get on my mothering and how I got through it. That's gonna be a thing. We're gonna get on into how I mother my daughter and the work that I put into that, because that was really I wouldn't say that was the beginning of my journey to Crone. Yeah, That was the beginning. Becoming an actual mother was of the beginning of my journey to Crone. And also women who are here, because I know you guys are out there who are not able to have children, and I use my daughter's, me having my daughter, my womb's work, as an example of, we are my journey to Crone. That's where my journey to Crone started. That does not mean that's where every woman journey to Crone starts, because there are women who do not have children who are Crones, right? This knowledge that Crones have is ancient. It's in our bloodline. It's pumping through our veins. It does not come from having a child. It came from our mothers. And it's a knowledge that we have access to based on that. It does not come from our womb's work or the work that we do as far as making children in this realm. Okay? Which is why, again, it's titled Ocean of Daughters. I have several daughters. And only one came from my womb's work, and she was not my first daughter. But she is my womb's work, and she is the goddess that she is. Okay? So I'm going into 21 minutes, 21 seconds, and I just want to make sure I touched on everything that I needed to. You guys can leave comments. I will be answering the comments. I will be trying to answer the comments if you guys have a question for me. If you guys want to know more about me, more is coming. This is just the beginning. To my daughters, I love you all, and we got to get on top of this daughters thing, because you want to know one thing daughters do? My daughter 18 years old, and you want to know what those daughters do once they get a little bit of grown? A little bit of grown. They don't even need a lot of grown. They need a little bit of grown. They start giving you their ass to kiss. And my womb's work, she can give me her ass to kiss. She can give me her ass to kiss. That's her right. That's her right in this realm. Being my womb's work, my daughter, my womb's work, she gets the right to give me her ass to kiss. But I'm telling you now, if you come over here, you want this work. Okay? We can disagree, and we are going to disagree, but Mother knows best. Okay? Over here, when you come over here, and you come up over here, and you're trying to get some of the knowledge that I have, some of the knowledge that I possess, some of the work that I have done. Mother knows best. Okay? And then no one's gonna give me their ass to kiss over here. I already got one ass I got to kiss. Okay? And as I said in my blog, I openly apologize to my daughter the times that I have fell short. I have not been a perfect mother to her. I admit that day in and day out. I admit that to anyone who asks, and I apologize to. I apologize to her openly and honestly, and I advise every mother here listening to apologize. Okay? This is not the time when your daughters get grown. They tell you, how much of a piece of shit you was, how much of a piece of shit mother you was. Okay? If you did this work, and they tell you that you're flawed, when they say you flawed at, you probably really are flawed. And what you need to do is apologize. But again, we're going to get all into that later. I just wanted to give this little introductory video. I'm pushing 24 minutes, and I don't want to go over 25. So you guys, I'm happy that you came. I'm grateful that you are here, and let's do this work. Let's do this work.